What you're about to hear isn't the public side of Mark Dynamix, it's the personal one. This is the music that's been alongside his story and DJ career over time, not designed to move a crowd, but offering a glimpse into the influences and artists that have stayed with him along the way. Even in challenging times, solace can often be found in these songs. A refuge, if you like. You'll notice a subtle thread of irony running through many of the songs, where the emotion isn't always delivered completely straight. There's also a deep attraction to the hybrid rather than the absolute. Those moments when different musical worlds meet and create something extraordinary. That contrast feels central to Mark's private and DJ life, and to the way he describes processing experiences, reflecting on the past and carrying those lessons forward. So this playlist isn't about genres or trends. It's a personal map from the early 80s through to the mid-2020s. This is what Mark Dynamix listens to when no one else is in the room. But today, you are, so let's get into it. Mark, how are you?
Great to be here with you, Steve. On this rainy evening, what a great time to be diving into some amazing music. These long-form podcasts are really meant for listening on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon when you've got time to take in the music. And, I love listening to other people's desert island discs because you really get a feeling for, what they listen to at home, what excites them away from, a public persona that they may have. So, 5 years ago, I did a Desert Island Discs radio podcast. I think you had a listen to that one, yeah?
Yeah, I loved it, mate. It was excellent. It sent me down several rabbit holes with different artists that I hadn't thought of in a long time or I'd never heard of before. So I'm looking forward to what this one has to offer.
Yeah, I think that's the point, isn't it? It's like you want to hear music that you haven't heard before. You want to discover new artists or new mixes of tracks that you may know. And that's the point of this. I mean, I'm really excited about today because I don't really get to share this kind of music with the audience that I have when I go to a club. This is listening music. This is stuff I listen to at home. There's a lot of different genres there, but it's not necessarily all dance music. In fact, there's quite a bit of progressive rock in here as well. So that's what makes it exciting, the fact that you can find new music and then set yourself on your own Spotify or YouTube trail and find new music that way. I guess this is in the absence of Rage asking me to program their night. I thought this is the next best option,
So why Volume 2?
Well, the last one I did was during COVID. I think it was 2021. And, that was all the music that I was listening to at that time and things I'd loved from my childhood. We're 5 years on now, and obviously music tastes evolve. And I'm listening and discovering a whole load of new music, which has uplifted me and, got me moving at home and in the car. So I just wanted to, share my faves with you and the audience and add in some of the evergreens that missed out last time in Desert Island Discs 1. All right, so the first one is a band called Marillion. And this might surprise people because they're actually a progressive rock band from the UK that have been around since 1981. But it's really the story of two bands. The singer Fish started with the band on vocals in 81, and then a new singer took over and became really successful in 1989. His name was Steve Hogarth, and I much prefer the later period. They are a progressive rock band, but they're always experimenting with synths and genres outside the boundaries of prog rock. I've actually picked a track which only came out on a promo 12-inch. They were experimenting at the time with dance remixes, and they sent out this promo to DJs, but then never released it, which is such a shame because I think this particular track that I've picked and the remix of it is pretty much sounds like chicane. It's up there with that kind of production. So you'll hear a lot of music where genres like this clash, prog rock and dance, on this particular show, and this is one of them. The unexpected happens. This is Marillion with the Into the Fire remix of Don't Hurt Yourself.
There'll come a time when all of this is over. Something else will grow and take its place. The brand new car, scrap metal in a junkyard. The children playing will grow up and leave home.
No wonder I couldn't find that online. I looked everywhere for that.
It's only on that vinyl, and it wasn't easy to get either, so I'm really happy to have a copy of that. I think they did like 200 copies. And this is the thing, it's Marillion is a prog rock band. They've done something experimental and put out a promo, but it's, Marillion fans are never going to take to that because it's dance music. Although there's some elements, as you can hear, as you just did hear, that work in both genres. So really interesting. Shall we get into the next one?
Let's do it.
All right, I am a massive Cure fan, as many people are. The album Wish is probably my favourite album due to a track called From the Edge of the Deep Green Sea. But I've actually chosen something from before that, from the album Disintegration. Fascination Street was a single in the US, and I was scooting around on YouTube one evening many moons ago and stumbled across this fan-made remix of it. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and they should release it, but of course they won't. So it stays online as a curiosity, This is the Virgin Magnetic Material mix of Fascination Street by The Cure.
So that was the Virgin Magnetic Material remix. It's never been released. Wow, there's some talented producers out there, isn't there?
I think it's one of the best remixes that's ever been done of anything out there. I mean, you know, the original is amazing with the Francois K extended mix. It was fantastic, 8-minute epic. But, you know, this guy, whoever he is on YouTube, you know, Virgin Magnetic Material, he's just taken it in a completely different direction, but still kept the warmth of it. And those beautiful synth pads and those chords, just sort of hypnotic almost, you know, as you're driving along, listening to that. I think it's amazing. Yeah.
Beautiful. What's next, Mark?
Johnny fucking Marr. The best guitarist of all time. I mean, no one comes even close to the harmonics and the chord manipulation that Johnny Marr showed off in the Smiths. But instead of going all the way back to the mid-'80s for the Smiths, I thought we'd hear one of his latest singles, which shows that he's still got the balance right between indie rock and dance pop. This is Spirit, Power and Soul.
Yesterday is gone. Today I'm so on the run. Heartstrings tomorrow won't be for you and for me, 'cause we got soul, don't you know? Now put your faith up in the sky. I see the blues in my eyes. It's starting to dawn. What in the world's going on? I've seen some shimmering things, seen a vision of things. I'm so down, don't you know? I'm stealing energy. Some for you, some for me. The darkness comes, the night will fall. On and on we hear the call. Now time has come. Spirit, power and soul. And I get the feeling. Spirit, power and soul. Lay awake too long. Dark has come, hope is gone. I've seen some glimmering things. It's just a vision I'm in. When we all turn to gold, what make believe is in your eyes. That's when I realize the dawn has come. Your star will fall. On and on we hear the call. Now time has come. Spirit,
Johnny Marr, Spirit, Power and Soul, one of his latest singles. We couldn't play a Johnny Marr track without something from Morrissey as well. It's only fair, as they've both been idols of mine since my early teens. Again, a solo track here for Morrissey, and a great song which has somehow been forgotten by Morrissey on tour, which is a bit of a shame because I think it's one of his best singles. But as they say, fan favourites may not necessarily be the artist's favourites, and I think this might be one of those times. This is called Tomorrow.
Morrissey, Tomorrow. That was lovely.
A lot of people love Morrissey. A lot of people hate Morrissey for either his singing or his political views. I don't care about his political views. I just think he's an amazing vocalist, amazing lyricist, really. That's what it comes down to. And that was one of his more sort of bouncy, flamboyant tracks. It's definitely not one of the deeper ones, but I think it's a great pop song, so I thought we'd put it in there. We're going to move on with Aha. A lot of people in Australia probably think the only thing a-ha did was Take On Me, which is so far removed from the truth. You know, they've done 11 albums in total. They've maintained a relevancy in Europe all that time from 1985 all the way through till only a couple of years ago they did their final album. I love most of the stuff a-ha have done, and it's certainly a lot deeper than Take On Me on the later albums. This is actually from an album called Foot the Mountain in 2009, and my favourite song on the album, it's called Shadow Side.
The shadow side, you say I have, is making everything go bad. You say I don't care enough for all the things that I have got, but I do. I don't want to see myself descend to the shadow side again. If you'll ever let me go again, in the shadow side I'll end. The shadow side.
So next up, we've got Depeche Mode. I mean, how do you pick one song to play from those guys?
It's impossible, really. You know, and they've got a catalogue that spans back so far. You could pick any number of 100 songs and they'd all equally be worthy. But I thought, let's keep it current and play something from their latest album. You know, I've seen them live 3 times now. Once at Waldburn open air venue in Berlin for the Playing the Angel tour, when they really came back with a bang in that period. I think it was 2005. It was magnificent as expected. They played most of their back catalogue that everyone knows, and then the new album as well. And of course, in the 2000s, they drifted off into even more experimental electronica territory. This track is no exception. It's from their latest album, Memento Mori, and this is the track that caught my attention most on the album. So this is Depeche Mode with Before We Drown.
I've been thinking I could come back home. So how would that be? You and I alone, all alone. to move forward before we drown. We drown. Standing on the shore, are you sure? Nothing's out there, nothing else no more, no more. First we stand up, then we fall down. We have to move forward before we drown. We drown. We drown.
Okay, we're getting into the section of the mix now where it's right up my alley.
Well, you probably thought we were in progressive territory and it's going to get stuck there for the whole show, but that's not the case. I thought it's time to mix it up just a little. You know, let's get into some drum and bass. I was a fan of 95, 96 drum and bass coming out of the UK at that time, you know, LTJ Bookham, Metalheads, etc. I thought we'd do a little double play now with a couple of tracks from that period. So the first one is from Alex Reese and this splendid DJ Pulse remix of Feel the Sunshine. It was his debut single on a major label. It kind of got overlooked at the time. Maybe it was just too melodic for the dance floor, but I'd put it right up there with the quality of, you know, Kruder and Dorfmeister, Björk and other indie electronica artists of that time. And then we'll go straight into Chemistry from Goldie. And this particular remix of Chemistry by Doc Scott, I actually found it by accident after purchasing the Inner City Life remix 12-inch, which is his big hit. And it was on the B-side. So it just proves and shows that always check your B-sides, because in this case, I think it's better than the A-side. It's timeless music and it still gives me goosebumps today.
Listen to me. I feel the sunshine. Listen to me. I feel the sunshine.
track just reminded me of being in London, on the train, cruising through, looking at the tower blocks, the council flats, just an urban jungle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got that pirate radio feel about it, just that era. And that's the beauty of this sort of music, you know, it takes you to a place, even internationally, where you may have been before. And that kind of music definitely sounds so UK, doesn't it? I mean, you know, I listen to, you know, occasionally German trance, and it takes me back to when I was in Germany, and it sounds so German. A lot of the records today are actually I think nearly all of them are UK based. I mean, I am obviously from the UK, but I've lived most of my life in Australia. But even so, I still feel this connection musically back to the UK and the attitudes and the fashion and the nightclubs of England and, you know, certain eras. I mean, we're playing stuff from the 80s, 90s, noughties and now from the UK, and you can kind of hear the difference, how the UK has changed. And I find that really interesting. Those are two of my favourite, probably the two favourite jungle records or drum and bass records I've got from that period. So I was happy to play them today.
So next up we got JX, better known as Rex the Dog to some people maybe.
Yeah, when he was JX, 94, 95, 96, you know, there's big songs, Son of a Gun, You Belong to Me, There's Nothing I Won't Do. They were the three big hits. You know, it was commercial high energy and absolutely perfect for that handbag house time period of 95, 96. He followed that up with a fourth single actually called Close to Your Heart, which bombed, basically. It didn't do anything. You know, the original mix is really just more of the same, more high energy. But again, hidden away on the B-side of the 12-inch is this spectacular remix by The Immortals. They've stripped it right back, and underneath all the hype on the A-side is actually a really good song with a solid vocal for the time. I love it because it's one of the few tracks that successfully matches up progressive house with drum and bass. I don't think I've ever heard that before or since, actually. And halfway in the track, it changes from trance to drum and bass, and it plows in like a bulldozer. Listen out for it. This one's long, so give it a chance. Let it build, but it's absolutely worth it.
tune. I've definitely heard that on one of Sasha's live sets, or possibly even Oakenfold maybe, but yeah, great record.
Really long. I don't think I've ever heard anyone play it in Australia, which is a shame. It just got completely missed at the time. But I certainly have played it since 1995 on my record player at home, and I pulled it out the other day and just sat there for the whole thing, just going, wow, what an amazing sounding record. The production on it sounds absolutely top notch. So another forgotten gem.
And for 1995,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, it was the middle of the progressive house period of the UK. It was just going absolutely wild over there. And that one fits in perfectly. The problem is, I think, it's a little bit fast for progressive house. I mean, progressive house was about 130, 132 at the time, maybe a little slower in places. But that one's actually at 138, 140. So it's quite fast. And I guess they had to make it that fast so they could actually splice in the drum and bass, which would be way up there in the BPM range. So it makes sense. But I think it still ends up being just a listening record, you know, something you can just groove away to at home. This is Moby with Into the Blue. The remix that's only on the promo 12, it's the double promo. Why they didn't make this the main version on the retail, I don't know. But it's the Buzzboys Main Room Mayhem mix. And I can't hear any of the original in this particular mix at all. In fact, the original was kind of throwaway. But this particular mix is absolutely amazing. You could hear Digweed playing this, you know, back in the day. Sure. And I didn't know who the Buzzboys were until you actually just informed me that it was Phil Kelsey. Phil Kelsey is from the DMC DJ servicing outfit from the UK, and he's been remixing tracks since the early 90s. So he has taken it in a completely different direction. It's kind of one of those dubby progressive monsters that, you know, it got lost because it wasn't released as a retail record. It was only on promo. I know there's an edit. It's 14 minutes long, but there's an edit of it on the German CD single. So I've actually used that one today because otherwise we'd be sitting here for 4 hours rather than 3. I've kept this at the back of my record box for years and I still pull it out every now and again. In fact, I went off-piste a little while ago, a couple of years back, and I played it at Jack the House as the last track, even though it's not really Jack the House music, but it's just from that era, and it went absolutely nuts. I mean, the breakdown in it with the huge synth bass line, it blows minds. It still sounds good on the sound system today. This record came out in 1995, and it's one of those ones that really drew me deeper into progressive house music, away from German trance, which I was playing the year before. I loved those German trance records. I mean, you know, the classical element of them, the melodies, the arrangement, IQ Records, Frankfurt Beat, Le Petit Prince, but it was always so fast and it was so difficult to play to a dance floor. So this is kind of that medium. It's that slowing it down a little bit, but still having the power of those classic records by Superstition and all of that. Let's get into it. This is the Buzzboys Mayhem mix of Into the Blue by Moby.
Wow, that took me back to clubbing when I was living in the UK in the late 90s. Really reminded me of being in a dark nightclub, smoky environment, just loving it.
Just an amazing sound. I mean, it is a little dated, but it still sounds so good.
So we're moving on now with The Beloved and Dream On.
The Beloved, band that started in the mid-80s, and they had some great hits like The Sun Rising, Hello, and Your Love Takes Me Higher. Great songs. I've actually picked something from their second album, which is actually their third album because they had a remix album in between, but it's the last track on the album, Conscience. It's called Dream On, which I absolutely love. Look, I followed The Beloved and John Marsh's career all the way from the start until where it kind of ended abruptly in 2006. I've interviewed John twice now and got some great information about his albums, how he records. You can actually find them on YouTube if you go looking for them. It's just music that has a lot of depth. They were definitely an albums band as well. You know, the first album and the third and fourth albums were just epic journeys. They just weren't one style. They took you in many different places. This is from the same album that gave us Sweet Harmony, which was their biggest hit of all around the world. And this one's in the same vein. It's called Dream On.
You're listening to Desert Island Discs, Volume 2. I'm Steve Woolley, and I'm here with Mark Dynamix. What have we got next, Mark?
Well, continuing on the same sort of ambient vein, I thought we'd get into some Pet Shop Boys. Now, look, a lot of people diss the Pet Shop Boys. I've been a fan of them since I first heard West End Girls in the UK in 1985. And, you know, they've done so many songs and so many genres, it's hard to dismiss them now. You know, even if you're not a fan, there's definitely one song in their catalogue that you kind of, you know, bop along to. So I love everything they've done, you know, all the albums. I mean, there are 15 albums now. So this is from their 2020 album Hotspot, produced by Stuart Price. A great album, but actually one of my favourite tracks on it is the ballad, and this is called Hoping for a Miracle. Continues on where the Beloved left off there.
On Waterloo Bridge, you got lost in the fog, performing a crazy monologue about love and luck. And do they coincide? And how you can feel disqualified with no room for maneuver and all routes explored because you're ignored.
So we're coming out of the Pet Shop Boys into electronic. Who's electronic?
Electronic is Bernard Sumner from New Order and Johnny Marr from the Smiths, and occasionally they had Neil Tennant from the Pet Shop Boys join them as well. So they've had 3 albums. I don't think we'll ever hear any more. It was kind of like that super group of the 90s, you know. Their first album in 1990 had Getting Away With It. That was the biggest single for them. This is actually a track off the album. I thought we'd pick something different than the obvious single. This is called Some Distant Memory.
We just heard from Electronic, and now we're moving swiftly into New Order.
Same singer, obviously, Bernard Sumner. You can't really do a Desert Island Discs and play electronic without playing where they came from, which is New Order. And again, it's one of those bands like Depeche Mode. How do you pick one of their best? It's just impossible. I mean, you could pick one of the big hits like True Faith or Bizarre Love Triangle, Blue Monday, obviously. But this is one of their tracks that is from the album Technique, and it's always meant something to me. I just love it. It's called Dream Attack, and here we are, New Order.
you, I would do what I can, but I can't change the way that I am.
So we're coming out of the 1990s and we're taking a step back to the 80s. What do you got next for us, Mark?
Yeah, a few tunes here that are 80s, and then we'll move back into the 90s and beyond after that. I'm going to bring the tempo right down now and play something kind of ambient, and they used to call it avant-garde music. It's David Sylvian and Ryuichi Sakamoto. This is their track, Forbidden Colours. This was actually used on the Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence film, and came out on the soundtrack as well. David Sylvian, of course, from the band Japan. Big single, Life in Tokyo. But he left the band eventually and started doing his own solo stuff and has been very, very prolific. He actually moved over to Japan in the 90s, and a lot of his music now is influenced by traditional Japanese music. So it's very interesting stuff. And, you know, for anyone who's got the time and the will and the patience, dive deep into David Sylvian's discography, because there's some great stuff there. But we're going to listen to something now, right really from the start of it, from 1983. Forbidden Colours, David Sylvian and Ryuichi Sakamoto.
The wounds on your hand never seem to heal. I thought all I needed was to believe. Time away from you, the blood of Christ or the beat of my heart. My love wears forbidden colors. My life senseless heroes stand by. Millions are willing to give
So now we're going for something a little more straight with Genesis.
Are you a big Genesis fan, Steve?
Not a huge fan, but I do like some of their stuff.
Genesis really made a mark when I started hearing Phil Collins solo stuff when I was growing up. I mean, if I think back, I was 7 years old when I first heard You Can't Hurry Love and Against All Odds. And so when Genesis came along with their Invisible Touch album, which is arguably their most commercial album, I started hearing those singles like Invisible Touch, Into Deep, Tonight, 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 which is an amazing song. I absolutely love that one. Throwing It All Away, things like that. They were just absolutely everywhere. I mean, 1985, 86 was Genesis's year. And you think they'd been around for 20 years and then they suddenly became that big. There's another level in the UK and the US. So I thought we'd play something from the Invisible Touch album, although there are plenty of tracks that we could have played from all of their albums that would be something that I listen to at home. This is actually an instrumental track. It's Tony Banks on keyboards. Obviously, he loves to go quite experimental, and this made it onto the album, which is quite amazing because the rest of the tracks are full sort of pop rock vocals. This is called The Brazilian.
Staying on the progressive rock tip,
Yeah, we heard Genesis there and the Brazilian. We're going to get into Tears for Fears now, another band that I grew up with. We really are starting to get into the stuff that I grew up with now rather than the latest stuff. So this is where it gets super interesting. These are the bands from the UK that made an impression on me, and I still listen to these albums now. This is Tears for Fears and Elemental, which came from the album where Kurt left the band. So, of course, this is way beyond Shout and Everybody Wants to Rule the World. This is from 1993. Tears for Fears, Roland Orbital with Elemental.
This race is already run. Get up your horse, get on this train. Hey, welcome to the real world. I say welcome to the real world. I was rushing like the wind. Welcome to the free world. I said welcome to the me world. I went rushing like the wind.
So next we've got Porcupine Tree. Who are Porcupine Tree?
Yeah, well, they're a band led by Stephen Wilson, and my road into Porcupine Tree was a little bit left of centre. They've actually been around since the early 90s, and I don't know how, you can't classify them. I mean, they are prog, definitely prog rock, but they've got influences of Talk Talk, Pink Floyd, even Tears for Fears in there as well. But there's also some really heavy stuff like that gets into sort of some metal in some of their music. And then there's some dancey stuff as well. I think because they've done so many genres and they've been so all over the place musically, which is great because they're experimenting. They were never really picked up by a major label, and I think Stephen Wilson wanted it that way. He's fiercely independent. I saw Stephen Wilson for his Overview album last year live, and I can't even put into words how amazed I was at the musicianship on stage. It was just absolutely incredible. Such quick playing. Nick Beggs on bass as well. You know, Porcupine Tree, I've only really started listening to them in the last 3 years. So I missed that whole period when they were sort of in a parallel universe to where I was. And that includes Stephen Wilson's solo stuff as well. So I've only just discovered them. I've gone back and bought the whole discography. I spent one night on Discogs just going, yep, take that one, and spent $600 on Stephen Wilson and Porcupine Tree albums. I was so impressed with a couple of songs that I saw the video clip for on YouTube that I thought, you know what, I just want to discover. I just want to buy the albums. I have no idea really what's going to be on them, but I trust they're going to be good just from the strength of these two songs. And that doesn't come along very often, you know. They have that word, what do they say, frisson, I think it's called, when the hairs on your arms stick up, you know, and some people get it, some people can't get it, apparently. I remember just listening to the first couple of Porcupine Tree tracks, and it was that moment, you know, it was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Here we go, let's get into it. This is one of their songs which gives a good impression of what they do. It's called Arriving Somewhere But Not Here, Porcupine Tree.
Never stop the car on a drive in the dark. Never look for the truth in your mother's eyes. Never trust the sound of rain upon a river rushing through your ears. Arriving somewhere, but not here. Did you imagine the final sound as a gun? Or the smashing windscreen of a car? Did you ever imagine the last thing you'd hear as you faded out was a song? Arriving somewhere, but not here. All my designs simplified. And all of my plans compromised. And all of my dreams sacrificed.
never heard of Porcupine Tree, but I really enjoyed that. So when you saw them in Brisbane, was there many people there?
It was absolutely packed. It was at Brisbane's QPAC Theatre, which is kind of inside like the Opera House in Sydney, just a little smaller. He did everything in 5.1 sound. So you were literally sitting there in cinematic sound, listening to this, metal at certain stages in the set, and then it would go into these full synth washes, and I can't even explain. It's just music that you just need to experience. I've been listening to this solidly now for 3 years, and I'm still getting used to some of the earlier albums that I've bought, and I keep putting them on and just hearing new stuff and going, my God, this is really good. So I love that. I love when you discover a new artist, and then you've got something new they've done, and then you've got a whole discography to go back into and discover. I mean, that's just brilliant, and that's the beauty of music. It's a parallel universe. I mean, they've got fans all around the world, and it's been in this parallel world that I just didn't enter into at any time. There was no one that introduced me to it. There was nothing in the media because they weren't signed to a major label. So you just kind of accidentally trip upon it, and then you go, oh my God, this is happening. I haven't heard it before, and it's kind of exciting. So Porcupine Tree and Steven Wilson's solo stuff, highly recommend it. Get into it, go and find it. We're going to continue the progressive stuff now, the progressive rock, and we're going to take a step back to the 80s again. And there was a band in the 80s called Talk Talk, lead singer Mark Hollis, very expressive singer, wrote some beautiful lyrics, and the band started off as a synth pop act and then somehow, through the space of 5 albums, found their way into experimental avant jazz by the end of it. I mean, it's a trajectory that you wouldn't normally expect, EMI, their original record company, completely lost the plot when they came back with an album that was nothing like the previous album that was sort of synth poppy, and this album was like just 6 tracks of noise and washes and weird stuff with lyrics over the top, and that's what they wanted to do. That's what Mark Hollis was all about. Again, fiercely independent, like Steven Wilson, and went off on his own tangent with, I think, Polydor after EMI, and there was lawsuits and all sorts of stuff. So there's a big backstory behind Talk Talk. We're going to go for their 3rd album, which is, I think, their best album, The Colour of Spring. It was the turning point between Talk Talk, It's My Life being their biggest commercial success, and Such a Shame was a big song for them as well, and then moving into more experimental music where they let the music breathe. So it wasn't so cluttered, and there wasn't, a million synth pads on top of everything. And this is one of the more relaxed tracks on that album. It's called I Don't Believe in You.
Now the fun is over. Where the words begin.
Goes on.
So you're going right back to your childhood now, Mark, for the next 3 records?
Yeah, I mean, we're coming to the end of the show, near the end of the show, so I thought I'd be a little self-indulgent and get into the stuff that I was listening to when I was a teenager. And this was primarily in the UK, and then when I came out to Australia, no one was listening to this stuff. So it was kind of my own thing. It's been shut away since then, and almost slightly embarrassed to sort of say I listened to it because it was what I grew up with and it wasn't what was happening here in Australia. It was a completely different thing. But, I listen to these albums now, and although they're very dated, they still mean something to me because they pricked my ears up when I was a youngster and learning music. So we're going to go with Nik Kershaw now. And Nick's had a few big hits in Australia. Wouldn't It Be Good? The Riddle. My first single that I ever bought when I was young was actually I Won't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by Nik Kershaw. And that was 1983. And the interesting thing is I've been a fan ever since, and I follow the fan groups online, and Cherry Red Records are putting a box set together last year, which was all of his music from that period all the way up to when he left MCA Records. And I remember they put the track listing up online, and I'm thinking to myself, hang on, there's some stuff missing here. It's supposed to be everything that he ever did. So I got in contact with the record company. I said, there's a few remixes here that came out on promo that I've actually got the vinyl for that weren't released. And you really should put these on the box set. I think the fans would really love it. And they actually got back to me and listened to me, and I sent them the copies that I had, and they ended up on the album, and they thanked me in the liner notes. So the reason I'm telling this story is not to brag about it, it's just that life has such an interesting full circle sometimes. It was the first 7-inch single I ever bought, and then in 2025 I'm being thanked by Nik Kershaw and his record company on the sleeve. So you can tell how passionate I am about that. I'm quite chuffed, and that's okay, that's fine. So we're going to hear Radio Musicola, and this is from his 3rd album, which was a bit of a flop album. It didn't do much in the charts, but I think it's his best album. And this is one of those rare mixes that got lost in the vortex and never got released until the box set. It's the acetate floor mix.
Black vinyl and the black has desires imagination. More thought of falling in the last generation. And there's your back road sanctifies your wooden soul. Gave us TV dinners, now it's TV rock and roll. We're growing up to radio Musicola. We're growing up to radio Musicola.
To the best sound around. 71 degrees in Central Park. The beat goes on the best mix in New York. You're listening to Radio Musicola. You hear the best music mix in New York. Guaranteed.
All right, we're jamming with you on a sunny afternoon, so tune it in and
41 degrees, partly sunny.
Good morning.
I use her on the radio.
What you little maniacs like to be first?
Cold.
What sort of music was that? Like pop, sort of?
It's pop rock, yeah. I wouldn't call it anything. It's not trying to be something too unusual. But the good thing about Nick Kershaw is he uses a lot of really interesting chord progressions, and that's what's always attracted me to his music. And, you know, although it's pop rock, a lot of artists love Nick Kershaw, but they kind of keep it on the down low because it's a little bit uncool.
Yeah.
You know, Elton John absolutely loves Nick Kershaw, and he actually played the guitar on Nikita. Back in 1982. So he's been around a long time. He's still touring. He's still writing albums. And you asked about the Acetate Floor mix, why it's called the Acetate Floor. Well, that was actually a remix of the track that was done for the second 12-inch of the single, but it never got released because the single kind of flopped. So it's sat there on an acetate for 3 decades until it was rediscovered and then put on the MCA box set for Nick Kershaw. So we're going to stay with the stuff I grew up with and another artist, very, very similar to Nick Kershaw, a little bit poppier, I'd guess, but still around again today. I mean, some of these synth pop artists have huge longevity. I think it's because people grew up with this music. And, you know, as you get older, sometimes you want to go back and it's a bit of a novelty. It's unashamedly nostalgic, but you want to go back and experience some of that again. So, you know, the highlights of your youth, and whether that means you go to a Howard Jones concert, and there has been many in Australia in the last decade, or whether you just put on an album at home and relive it for 50 minutes. And let's face it, I'm not playing it for a dance floor, so it doesn't matter at the end of the day if it's dated or not. So this is Howard Jones, and from the One to One album, All I Want.
Truly
Here's a name I haven't heard for a while, Kim Wilde.
Yeah, so this is 3 tracks basically from my child in a row. Nick Kershaw, Howard Jones and Kim Wilde. I first saw Kim Wilde, not when she had a big hit with Kids in America, because I was living in the UK then, I was very young. But when she actually came out with a single called The Second Time, and this is 1984, and she came on Top of the Pops. And I was kind of, as a youngster, just looking at the screen, glued, just going, right. And I realise now that was my first crush, you know. So Kim Wilde, some great songs, some naff pop as well along the way. You know, it hasn't all been good, but you know, I think some of her stuff is definitely worth a second listen now and a reevaluation. This is actually a song that came out in 1991, and as I've said before, always check your B-sides. This was the B-side of a single called It's Here, and it's called Birthday Song.
The
This next artist has had a bit of a career resurgence due to a pretty popular TV show, Stranger Things. Kate Bush.
Kate Bush, Running Up That Hill, yes. I mean, what a great way to earn millions of dollars and do nothing. You know, literally, here's my song and go and make me some money. I really struggled to try and find the song for this podcast from Kate Bush because there's so many I could have chosen. My favorite, basically in my childhood, was Cloud Busting, which was the song that Utah Saints sampled for Something Good, of course, from the Hounds of Love album. And then, of course, there is Running Up That Hill and Hounds of Love as well, and the Experiment 4, which are all great songs. And you can go back further, you know, Breathing is a great song, The Man with a Child in His Eyes, even, you know, the early stuff like Wuthering Heights. But I've picked something from one of the later albums. This is from her kind of comeback album of 2005. The album was called Aerial. It's a very soft album. She says it's her most feminine album. And it's a double concept album, and this is one of the later tracks on disc 2. This one is called Nocturne, and this is certainly a headphone track, so lay back and absorb it.
On this midsummer night, everyone is sleeping. We go driving into the moonlight. Could be in a dream. I close
Kate Bush, Nocturne from the Aerial album. Yeah, I mean, the whole album is definitely worth a listen. I find the end of the second disc is really more up my street than the first disc, but the whole thing is quite epic. I thought we'd play another Marillion track only because for the last 6 months, it's that band that I've been discovering. Like, Porcupine Tree I did last year and the year before. This year it's been Marillion. Watching them live on their DVDs, they're just an amazing band and got such a good voice live. This is what really got me into Marillion originally in 1989. This is their Season's End album. And then I just forgot about them. I got involved in dance music. I started playing at raves, started playing at clubs, and this kind of music was just completely out of fashion. The CD stayed on the rack and I never really listened to it again. But, now we're older, I'm over 50 and, it doesn't have to be about techno all the time anymore. And sometimes you want to put something a bit more chilled on and, the house. And this is one of those records that definitely pricked my ears up back then. This is called The Space by Marillion.
On top of the world, like a flag on a mountain, feeling so high you can feel so alone, unable to breathe at the height that you flew, staring on clouds with no view of below, on top of a good, like a dream in is only everyone else. Everybody's got to know. Everybody lives and loves and laughs and cries and eats and sleeps and grows and dies. Everybody in the whole of the world feels the same inside. Everybody in the whole of the whole of the whole of the world. And everyone is only everyone else. Everybody's got to know. Everybody lives and loves and laughs and cries and eats and sleeps and grows and dies. Everybody in the whole of the world. In the whole of the world. In the whole of the world. Everybody is the same this time. They're the same inside. In the whole of the world.
That was Marillion and the Space from the Season's End album. And you can find a remastered version of that album. It just came out as a box set, and it's got all of the extras, you know, the live concerts and the B-sides and the 12-inch mixes and all of that stuff. So I highly recommend that. And incidentally, that is remastered by Stephen Wilson. And we're going to finish off with a Stephen Wilson track, a solo track, just to wrap things up, because it's a beautiful last song. You know, it's one of those songs, it's the end of the album, and you need to come down from where you were before. So hopefully you've enjoyed the journey. I've loved re-experiencing this music and sharing it with you all and yourself, Steve.
Oh, it's been great. I've really enjoyed it, and I've loved some of the tunes. It's going to send me on send me down the rabbit hole, I think, on a few of these artists, some of these bands.
Absolutely. That's the point, isn't it? Really, this is music to be experienced and enjoyed. And, you know, this is kind of a curated playlist of what meant something to me, and hopefully it means something to someone else when they go and discover it as well. Now, if you're into music discovery and want to hear more about your artists that you love and DJs from around the world, Steve, you do a podcast as well, and your podcast is called What's the BPM?
Yes, that's right. You've been a guest on that one. It's basically a podcast about the history of the Australian scene, and I've had some Aussie legend on there like yourself, John Corse, Pee-wee, so many, and also some international guests as well, people like Tall Paul, Uncle Doug's, loads of them.
You had Alternate, Mark Archer on there.
Mark Archer,
well,
Alternate, just recently.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. Yeah, he was excellent. He'll be here for the Ministry of Sound tour, touring with you shortly.
Yes. We'll be going around the country for the Testament tour. You know what I love about your podcast is it's long form. You know, you really get into the nitty gritty of stuff. You know, you got some great questions for them, and you just let them speak and you know, explain their life. You know, and it's fantastic. You hear the stuff that you want to hear as a fan of those artists.
Well, that's the thing. My pet hate when I listen to podcasts is when the host keeps jumping in to talk about themselves. So I just let them talk. I only really interrupt if they're going off track or I've got a really important question to ask. But apart from that, I just try to let them speak. And I think it works better that way.
It's a great podcast. Where can people find it?
Oh, well, it was audio only. So that's on Apple, Spotify, all of the audio only platforms. But now it's on YouTube as well. So you can check it on YouTube. Going really well.
Fantastic. I will have a listen to your latest episode straight after this.
Awesome.
So we're wrapping up the Desert Island Discs Volume 2. These have been the records that I've been listening to again over the last 5 years. I hope you've enjoyed it. Steve, thank you very much for hosting it for me and coming along for the ride. Anytime, mate. I've really enjoyed it. It's been great fun. And if you want to hear the other Desert Island Discs Volume 1, you can find that on my Mixcloud. Just go mixcloud.com/Mark Dynamix and look for Desert Island Discs, and you can hear the other set of songs and maybe listen to that on another day. I'm going to finish off with Steven Wilson solo and a track called Happy Returns. And there's a really interesting story that Steve Wilson told about this song, where it's about a woman who died alone in a cold flat in Europe. And, you know, she hadn't seen people for years, and she wrote this letter to her family, someone in her family, and these lyrics are basically the notes written in the letter. And unfortunately, the letter never got sent because she passed away, but she was wishing, you know, someone in her family happy returns. The lyrics are quite poignant, and, you know, it's one of those songs that kind of hits the heart quite hard. So I thought it'd be a good way to finish the Desert Island Discs, and I'll leave you with Steven Wilson with Happy Returns. And Steve, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey brother, happy returns. It's been a while now. I bet you thought that I was dead, but I'm still here. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Hey brother, I'd love to tell you I've been busy, but that would be a lie. 'Cause the truth is, the years just pass like trains. I wave but they don't slow down. They don't slow down. Trouble with the bills. Do the kids remember me? Well, I got gifts for them and for you in sorrow, but I'm feeling kinda drowsy now, so I'll finish this tomorrow.
You've been listening to a podcast written and produced by Mark Dynamix, hosted by Steve Woolley. Desert Island Discs 2 follows Desert Island Discs 1, which you can find on Mark's Mixcloud page, which is www.mixcloud.com/markdynamics, where you'll find 200 other radio shows and mixes that Mark has produced over the years.